Hello and welcome to a video after such a very long time. I have really missed making videos and I'm so glad I'm getting back into them. So today I'm going to be talking about the Mini Misti, which is one of my new favorite toys. I already have the big Misti, and when this came when I heard that this was being made, I was so happy, simply because of one reason, that this would exclusively allow me to work on my cards, and it takes up less space on my table. As you know, whenever you're crafting, your whole table is basically surrounded. You end up working with what I call a 10 by 10 zone. So let me unbox and show you what you get with your Misti and how are you going to use it for all the new beginners out there. So when you get your Misti, you're going to get in this beautiful box, which is also going to be your storage. So let's just pull it out. So it comes with another cardboard packing, which is pretty excellent in my opinion, and then there's another plastic bag. So this is the Mini Misti, and how cute is that? Okay, so the changes to between the old and the new Misti is, of course, that this one is laser etched, whereas the previous versions were screen printed, because of which there were chances that the grid over here would probably fade off. Let me show you if you can see the grid. Here you go. So this grid is laser etched now. Now when you buy this Misti comes with sample of the grid pad, which you can buy more later on from the store, and you also get a little foam mat. Now this foam mat is necessary when you're stamping with clear stamps. Also, my Sweet Petunia has come out with a foam pad which is pre-printed with this grid. So instead of this black, you have a foam pad with this design, which I'm definitely going to order. When you turn your Misti over, you get these two magnets. You need these two magnets to make sure that the paper that you're using does not move out of the place. Alright, and a quick word about these magnets. These are neodymium N52, if I'm not mistaken. That's the strength of those magnets. Now these magnets are very strong. If accidentally they come close to each other, they will jump, they will pinch your skin, they will leave you in blisters. So be very careful of these magnets. Do not allow children to play with these magnets. And if accidentally you end up getting them stuck, do not try to use your fingernails and try to pry them open, because you cannot do that. You will probably break your fingernail. You simply just push it off each other. Just slide them off each other and they will come apart very easily. And once you get them apart, keep them apart. I've also seen a couple of crafters use washi tapes around these so that it's easier to lift off. Now what they mean by that is they take a bit of washi tape and enclose the magnet in that. Okay, so with this tail, it's pretty easy to pull it off. So even if your magnets are stuck, you just pull this apart. So if this trick works for you, I'll be very happy to. Now what I'm going to do is put them on opposite corners and start with showing you how this Misti works. Now this Misti can work in either direction. You can open it this way, put your stamp here, your paper here, and close. If you're a left-handed person, if you're a right-handed person, you can open it this way. And there are some who even like using it this way. So it's totally up to you what direction you prefer to use it in. There is one more thing I would really like for you to do is, if you notice, there is a slight gap between the surface and this because of the hinges. What I normally do is use a small piece of foam under it so that this lays flat. Alright, so this foam will stay here while I'm using, and when I open and close, this will close on the foam so that there is no bending of this lid. This is the original Misti and this is the Mini Misti. So you can see that the stamping area of course differs. Also what differs is that when you open this takes about 12 inches of your desk space. This one on the other hand takes about 8 inches, 8-9 inches, yeah, about 9-10 inches of your desk space. You quickly stamp and you're done. So you get about 5 inches by 6 inches. So 5 by 6 card you can, this is a 4 and a quarter by 5.5 card, which fits perfectly inside your Mini Misti. But the only issue I have is if I'm the kind of person who uses 5 by 7 a lot. Now my 5 by 7s won't fit into this. This is a 5 by 7 cardstock. I can manage to stamp it, but it won't be fun. So for my bigger cards, which I normally use, I use the bigger Misti. Now the only point is to get a perfect impression. Always remember to tuck your cardstock into either this corner or this corner. As long as it is tucked into one corner, you can be sure of getting the perfect impression every time. I have this cardstock over here, and you secure your cardstock with magnets. Alright, then I'm going to pick up a cute little stamp set from Lawn Fawn called Mom Me, and I'm going to show you two things in this. Basic stamping. I'm showing you how to do your basic stamping using a Misti. So first, you decide where you want your stamp to be. Now if I'm going to be stamping over here, if I want it a little higher, a little lower, anyhow, so probably I want this in the center of the card. I'm going to close the lid and press gently, and this lid will pick up the stamp. Then I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black, ink it up, and stamp it. And you get a perfect crisp impression. Now when you are cleaning your stamps on the Misti, please avoid using any harsh chemicals or alcohol based cleaners. You can use this cleaner, Cleanse It, which is not alcohol based, so this will definitely not damage your Misti. But to be safer, I just use faux chamois. I don't know how to pronounce it. I will show you what this is. Just use it to clean off my stamp and remove it. Now what I want to do is I want to mask this image. Now masking also becomes very easy with the Misti. I already have a mask prepared. I just used a post-it, and the sticky part is stamped where I want to mask it. So I'm going to mask the lower part of the owl, and I'm going to take this stamp. Now this is a tree trunk. Now with your traditional stamps, you really don't know where you are placing with your acrylic block. Now here I can exactly see where I want the owl's feet to go. Okay, so it's exactly in the center. I'm going to close this lid and pick it up. Then I'm going to put my mask over it. Now because of this lid, I know it closes exactly where I have placed it. It will stamp perfectly. So now I'm using Memento Rich Cocoa and closing the lid and stamping. Now it has stamped, but I feel this is still light. Now this is the best thing about the Misti, that if you feel you've got a lighter impression, or if you feel you've missed a spot somewhere, you can go back and you can close the lid and it will stamp exactly in the same place. And it's not just twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, as many times as you want, as long as your paper is in this corner, as long as your paper does not move, you will get the same impression in the same place. And now when I lift my mask, my little owl is sitting on the tree trunk. So this is one way that you can, again with this, I'm just cleaning off the stamp. Once you remove your stamp from the Misti, you can use any of your other cleaners, because especially if you're using any permanent ink. So now remove this, and you've got a perfect image. And you cannot do this with your regular acrylic block. Stamp the same image 3 times in the perfect space is just not possible. So this is one of the things that you can do with your Misti, is your perfect placement. Okay, and overstamping. Now overstamping is something that you can really help you with your sentiments also. So I have this strip of cardstock and I have a sentiment. So let's say this alt new. This is one set which is so difficult to stamp to get a clean impression. Let's say hello. Now what I'm doing is I'm aligning this strip of cardstock with the grid, then using my magnets to make sure that the grid, the strip of paper does not move, and then I'm positioning it perfectly in the center. Now once I've placed this, I simply just close the lid. Okay, and I'm using Lawn Fawn Cranberry, and I'm purposely not inking it properly, and then I'm going to close the lid. Now you can see that I did not get a clean impression, but because I'm using my Misti, I can simply go back and close, and I have the perfect impression. So this is, and also that the sentiment is perfectly centered. I don't have to cut extra, then go around, you know, cutting the strip to size. So again, just cleaning it off.